Today's episode is a celebration of me now having created 200 episodes, most of which have been daily. Hi, this is Daz, and thanks so much for coming back.
Hey, baby.
I can see all your lovely, gorgeous faces out there. Thank you so much. I upload daily videos pretty much about the craziness that is my head, really, and hopefully to help you change your mind, change your life. Now, over the past 10 months, I've been able to become a YouTuber. Crazy, I know. And in that time, I've kind of embraced everything that's part of that madness, if you like, that crazy world.
Flashback.
I started the channel round about June, July 2018. 1st of October 2018, I went daily. Don't know why, it just seemed like a good idea. And it was all groovy and I was loving it. Learning a lot about editing, just video production in general, just learning on the fly really through using Final Cut Pro, my Canon G7X, and literally just doing it and learning, and was loving it so much.
End of flashback.
Everything was going well, but then in November last year, 2018, everything kind of come collapsing around. My whole life sort of fell apart, where my relationship that I've been in for 7 years ended. It hit me quite hard, incredibly hard, and I was just destroyed mentally and also probably physically as well. And it was a very tough, dark time for me. I've spoken about this before. In fact, check out this video up here where I talk about it a little bit more. The time between November 2018 and February 2019, I'd completely withdrawn from the world really, and just went into this sort of cocoon and just had to get myself together physically and mentally. But throughout that time, there was always this sort of small little spark that was just there in the background that eventually I could cling on to, and that gave me the strength and courage and enthusiasm and inspiration to come back creating again. So as of mid-February, I was back again, daily, doing the thing, and absolutely loving it. Everything is awesome. Now, coming back as a daily vlogger was a challenge for having not done it for so long, but I soon sort of fell into it and it was great fun, it was just enjoyable. And that process, that daily grind, if you like to call it that, kind of kept me going. It sort of gave me an inspiration daily to sort of help put my life back together. Yay! I knew I wanted to produce content in that personal development area and kind of share my experiences and madness, if you like, with other people, hopefully to help them. But I was still being pulled in the direction of online marketing, which I'd come from. And so something wasn't quite gelling. Even though I was still producing content, I still didn't quite know 100% where the direction was. And also the problem was I was so financially, in the back of my mind there was always that yearning to make some money and do something that way. Now that carried on and that was all good, but then a couple of months ago things seemed to be going a bit awry, a bit strange. I'd hit a bit of a creative block and I'd looked at the channel and it had taken a bit of a direction very different to where I wanted it to originally go. I had changed how I was editing. My editing style, I've always said, is sort of perhaps sloppy and lazy, but it got even worse. I was really not editing to my best ability. I'd also stopped putting in the funny little comedy bits that I did do originally and that I got a lot of good feedback for.
No sir, I don't like it.
And so what I worked out was the fact that I just was being lazy with it. I was just doing it because it was a routine. I was doing it every day because I had to do it, and not because I was enjoying it, it was just a thing to do. The fact I was just sort of churning them out, and it became almost like preaching a particular subject in that personal development area, to be fair, but it wasn't how I really wanted to be doing it. It was turning more into like a classic sort of job or something I had to do rather than something I actually enjoyed doing. So what made me more recently stop doing daily videos? The problem is my enjoyment from doing the daily videos was starting to fade. It was turning more into a chore rather than something I look forward to doing each day. And it just become increasingly difficult to kind of keep that momentum and keep that enthusiasm going, which is why the editing was suffering and just the quality of the content was going downhill. What I also noticed is that I mentally was also starting to go a bit downhill. Now, since my huge meltdown back in November, you know, the path to sort of getting better. It's not been a straight one. It's been, I suppose, a constant struggle. There's been amazing days, there's been some less amazing days, but it's, you know, it's been going in the right direction. But around this time, it didn't quite feel right, and I couldn't put my finger on it, and I didn't, to be honest, really realise what was going on. And I started to sort of slowly spiral downwards. But without noticing it myself. And this is a big problem that I've seen in myself, and I've heard of others, that you start to kind of go in this spiral downhill and you're not aware of it yourself. And that's the problem, because you're just in there, and then it kind of goes horribly wrong. That's basically what happened. It was kind of going a bit dodgy. I made a video to say, you know, I'm not really happy with the direction of the channel. I want to make a few changes and things like that. But then in that week following that, things went horribly wrong, and over a couple of days, I sort of went, I totally had a complete breakdown, meltdown, however you want to call it. And yeah, I was on the edge, and I really just wanted to die, basically. I just wanted to end it. And I had some amazing support, and I didn't mention the name before, I won't mention it again, but you know who you are. You really did help literally pull me back from the edge, and yeah, that means a lot. And I'll link that video up here talking about that episode. I think the important thing that I realised, I kind of needed that to happen. It was really the universe just like slapping me to say, for f***'s sake, Daz, what you should be doing and what you need to be doing and your purpose is in front of you. Wake the f*** up and see what you're doing. And I needed that just hit bottom again to sort of shake me and to really like realise that what's in my heart to be doing and sharing and creating is so obviously in front of me that I needed that smack in the face by the universe, the powers, to say, look, for f***'s sake, it's there. You know, just share your story, share your value, your enthusiasm. That's it. That is it. You know, stop f***ing about, stop pretending and all this other stuff. Be true to yourself and be honest and share it.
Do it. Do it.
And I'd always thought I'd been very honest with this channel, but when that sort of realization came, it was like, yes, this is so obvious. This is so obvious. And suddenly, kind of all the planes seemed to realign, and I felt amazing. And it's bizarre. It really is bizarre how, as I said, that episode happened and I was, you know, this close to doing something stupid. And not that many days after, I felt and have been feeling amazing. And it's all because that shook me into a realization. And I don't want to overly dramatize it or talk about it as in the same ways as other people's experiences, but I know it's often spoken about that when you hit a rock bottom point, you get that moment of clarity and suddenly you see things for how they should be. Well, it's basically that kind of thing I feel it was. Yeah, as I said, I think I needed that to shake me into the new me, if you like. Now, it also highlighted to me at that time just how many people really do care. Because one of the things when I started to kind of go downhill rapidly, I was looking at the channel numbers and the subs and the views and all that sort of analytic stuff. I started to interpret that as a reflection of my own worth to the world, which is fucking ridiculous. But when it's all going on in your head, you know, stuff like that happens. And so I was getting so caught up in that and sort of putting my value as a human, as a person. And so once this whole thing sort of happened and I sort of shared it with people, the outpouring of love and support was just so humbling. I can't even put it into words, and it means so much to me. The amount of people that I want to thank, I'm going to put the names up on the screen now, the people that I want to thank just for their support and love and friendship and just being amazing people, amazing humans. And anyone who knows these people, they're just lucky to know them. I'm sort of so humbled. And so These people, thank you so much for all your support, love and everything. It means the world to me. And I have another video about this sort of thing which I'll link up here. And if you want to see more videos like this and talking about personal development, mental health issues and how you can kind of really get things going with yourself and overcome stuff so you change your mind and change your life, just smash like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And also it tells me that you like that kind of content so I can make more of it for you. I've now decided to go all in, and it's something I've learned from therapy, that there has been something that's just holding me back, and I've now, I believe, identified what that is, and I'm now working around how to basically eliminate that block. It's so obvious because nothing worth having or worth doing is ever easy, but also nothing worth doing has ever been achieved by not going all in and not basically committing to it. And so why wouldn't you go all in with something that inspires you and lights you up? No, I mean seriously, why the f wouldn't you do that? Ask yourself now, why wouldn't you go all in on something if it's something you believed in and it inspired you, lit you up, just made you feel amazing? Why wouldn't you? It makes no sense. So that's why I'm going all in with this whole thing now, because once I had the realization that this is the right thing, this is my purpose, this is what I need to be doing, everything became clear and it was just purely amazing. So I felt, and still continue to feel, that the original, the good old Daz is back, but kind of different, almost like a Daz 2.0, a sort of a new improved Daz. And I now feel that I've got to give some Daz hands to as many people as I can, without that sounding too creepy and weird. Sort of share my experience, my love, my message out there, and hopefully will help you, help someone to sort of change your mind and change your life, because all it takes is that little change and things can just become amazing. So as I said at the beginning, this is episode 4, episode 200, which is just crazy. I never thought, you know, I could get to this. You know, it just seems like a mad amount, but you know, thank you so much for all of you that have supported and continue to support the channel with your likes, your comments, the views, and obviously the subscribers. If you haven't already, why not just smash like, subscribe? It means a lot to me. As I said before, it helps me to gauge what particular content you like or like less, and so then I can make more of that. So for now, again, another huge thank you. It means a lot, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Gotta go.
For episode 201. That was cheesy, but thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so down here, and check out my other video down here. And remember, live your best life. See you next time. Bye-bye.